Namaste, my name is Sanat Kumar. Welcome back to the Manana Podcast. Manana is a Sanskrit word that means reflection or contemplation. In this podcast, I'll be sharing my deep, insightful reflections for you to contemplate and hence live a life of fulfillment. I hope you find great value in today's episode. Have you ever felt like you are worthless? If not worthless, have you ever felt like no matter what aspect of life you want to work towards, you seem like a rookie or an amateur? If yes, continue to listening to this podcast. First of all, even though this is obvious, it doesn't harm to mention that you need to observe when you feel that way and know what type of situations or people make you feel that way. There can be various reasons you feel that way. Mainly, 1. Comparing. When you see someone who has got something you want so badly, you start comparing that particular aspect of your life to theirs. And obviously, that leads to disappointment. 2. Perspective. When you start thinking in a third person perspective, it may be your friends or relatives or even a family member, you might see how your life is not good or even worse according to that person. To solve these is very simple, in theory at least, like removing thorns by thorns or diamond cut by diamond. We can eliminate these roots of disappointments in their own way. 1. Compare. We can solve the disappointments caused by comparison by comparing with ourselves, that is, our past self, instead of comparing with others. By seeing how we have moved in the awareness timeline, we can be grateful for our growth. 2. Choose. We can solve both comparison and third person perspective with one perspective shift, and that is to see it as an inspiration or an insight instead of it being intimidation. I mean, as I said, when you see someone who has got something you want so badly, you may tend to feel emptiness in you, or may even resort to envy or jealous, etc. In other words, you are feeling intimidated by the greatness of the other person. Of course, I'm loosely using the word greatness here. Sometimes it might not even be a trait of greatness. However, when you bring back your rational and wise mind, you will realize when you see greatness, it might be mastery, beauty, wealthy. You must get inspired and take in insights rather than feeling intimidated. Don't you think so? Moreover, intimidation doesn't take you anywhere, whereas strong inspiration and great insights can shoot you to great heights. So it comes down to what you choose. By choosing to get inspired, you've turned rookie for life into a good thing as it continuously drives you. 3. Taller trees. We can solve the I am worthless problem by taking a peek into reality. And the reality is, no matter how much you grow in terms of anything, there will be taller trees. There will be a person better than you. So, if you make it this way that you feel great about yourselves only when you are the best in the world, then it's time to acknowledge that the reality is not in your favor. 4. Racing time. The ultimate wisdom, if realized, you get from looking into reality is that even if you compare with yourselves and choose to get inspired by others, you may still feel disappointed because you are racing against time. Anything you choose in life that's of great significance requires time, a great deal of time, and you have no control over time. And as of now, you don't know time travel either. Whatever greatness you're after, it is not something that happens overnight, right? An artist can't become the epitome of mastery just after he decides to become that way. It's practice every day that leads to mastery. And if it helps, you can also adopt the mindset of a yogi. He knows that realization takes a lot of time, in terms of multiple lifetimes, maybe even, depending on his karma and his eligibility in total. But still, he continues to meditate and does his sadhana with full zeal. 5. Now, the above insights points to this. It's the journey that matters. And what is the journey? A series of present moments, right? It's only in the now that you get to beat time as it is only in the now that you get to be without regarding any significance to time. So do not worry about the result, just focus on the work now. This, of course, it sounds cliche, we have heard it a lot of times, but that is true. With these insights, I believe you can come to the realization as to what to do when you feel worthless or like a rookie for life. Do what you've got to do good anyhow, in the now, and that's all you've got to do. Once you set yourself an intent, all you've got to do is move towards it, one step at a time, one after the other. You can also take a look at other blogs I've written about mental health and some tools which can help in these seemingly hopeless times. I hope you received excellent value in today's episode. To know more, head over to sanatkumarnebi.com, and if you haven't already, check out my book The Flower of Fulfillment. Thank you for listening, and I wish you have a great day.